Night pressed down on the mountains like a heavy velvet curtain, and the forest breathed in dark, misty sighs. Pine branches whispered ancient secrets to the restless wind while the moon's pale glow slipped behind thick clouds, casting silver threads across the damp earth. In a small town tucked at the edge of those woods lived an 8-year-old boy named Ethan Parker. His eyes carried a restless curiosity, always searching for a story in every sound, every flicker of light. One dusky evening, as the sun bled behind the peaks and cool shadows crept over the fields, Ethan wandered farther than usual. Crickets chirped their metallic song, dry twigs cracked beneath his sneakers, and the forest wrapped him in its earthy scent. Then faint but sharp came a whimper, thin as a broken note. He froze, heart pounding. The sound came again, a low, trembling cry. Pushing through the undergrowth, Ethan found a sight that stopped him cold. A wolf pup lay shivering on the mossy ground, its hind leg caught in a cruel wire snare. Its golden eyes shimmered with pain and fear. Ethan's own fear rose like a tide, but something gentler, braver pushed through. "Hey, little guy." "It's okay," he whispered, voice barely steady. The pup bared tiny teeth but didn't pull away. Kneeling, Ethan pried at the twisted wire with a fallen stick, each tug a small war against the knot. The forest held its breath. At last the trap gave way. The pup stumbled forward, collapsing against Ethan's arm. Ethan wrapped his flannel shirt around the trembling body. "You're free, go on now," he murmured. The wolf pup looked up at him, eyes deep with something more than fear. For one silent heartbeat, boy and wild creature shared a wordless promise. Then the pup limped into the darkness, swallowed by moonlit shadows. Ethan stood alone, the echo of that brief bond pulsing in his chest. Years rolled on. The small-town boy grew into a tall, sharp-eyed young man. College in the city broadened his world, but somewhere inside him lingered the quiet pull of that forest and the memory of a frightened pup with golden eyes. One summer, Ethan's friends proposed a weekend hike. "Let's hit Black Ridge Forest," said his buddy Ryan Carter, excitement in his grin. "Real wilderness. Total adventure." After a little coaxing, Ethan agreed. The forest greeted them with a cathedral hush. Towering pines arched like ancient spires, their needles dripping resin-sweet air. They laughed, snapped photos, and followed a narrow trail deeper into the wild. But the path twisted and splintered. Gradually, dense brush swallowed their voices. "Ethan, you there?" Ryan's shout floated from somewhere distant. "I'm here." Ethan called back, but the trees muffled his words. The next moment, silence. He turned in circles, same endless green. No trail markers, no laughter, only the creeping dusk and his quickening heartbeat. As twilight thickened, the woods changed. Shadows stretched like black water. The scent of moss grew sharp, metallic. A branch cracked. Somewhere far off, a low animal growl rumbled through the stillness. Ethan forced a breath. "Okay, don't panic. Find the trail." But the forest had other plans. Suddenly, from the bracken ahead, 2 luminous eyes flared steady, unblinking. His pulse thundered. A full-grown wolf emerged, coat a stormy mix of gray and silver. Ethan's fear knifed through him, but there was something eerily familiar in that gaze. Recognition flashed like lightning. Could it be? The wolf stepped closer, muscles coiled but calm, as if it knew him. Ethan whispered, "It can't be you." The animal tilted its massive head, those same golden eyes locking with his. And in that instant, memory bridged the years. The pup he once saved now stood before him, magnificent and wild. A sudden roar shattered the moment, a deep, brutal bellow that shook the trees. Out of the darkness lumbered a black bear, eyes glinting with hunger. Ethan backed away, heart hammering. The wolf's stance shifted, every line of its body fierce and defiant. A low growl rolled from its chest. The bear lunged. The wolf sprang with lightning speed, snapping at the beast's flank. Snarls and roars ripped through the forest as the two animals clashed, a blur of teeth and fury. Ethan could only watch, frozen by terror and awe. After a savage struggle, the bear, bloodied and startled, retreated into the trees with a final angry moan. The wolf, panting and scraped, turned to Ethan. Its eyes, still burning with fight, softened. You protected me," Ethan breathed, voice breaking. Night deepened. The wolf moved ahead, pausing to glance back, guiding him like a silent sentinel. Through thickets and shadowed ridges they traveled, the rustle of leaves beneath their steps, the chill of night air laced with pine, the distant cry of an owl. Death had stalked every moment, yet a strange calm held Ethan's heart. At last, a faint gray light bled into the sky. Trees thinned, and beyond them, a dirt road shimmered in the first wash of dawn, the way back to the city. The wolf stopped. A shallow cut on its shoulder oozed dark red, but its gaze remained steady, almost gentle. Ethan stepped closer, eyes stinging. "I don't know how to thank you," he said, voice low with awe. The wolf dipped its head as if in quiet farewell. Then it turned, padding silently back toward the shadowed woods. "Friend?" Ethan called, the word breaking against the morning air. The wolf paused once, glanced over its shoulder. In those golden eyes shone a promise fulfilled, a debt repaid. And then it vanished into the forest. Ethan stood there long after, the sunrise painting the world in gold. He felt the truth settle deep in his chest. A small kindness, once offered, can echo across years and return as a miracle. Far back in the silent heart of the forest, the great wolf lay beneath an ancient pine, licking its wound, calm and proud. The wild had no words for gratitude, only the quiet knowledge of a bond that outlasted time.